Hi there, here Marcos from the code. I'm recording this video after some ex conversation where Javi Santana, one of the founders of TinyBear, well, TinyBear is a managed GitHub service for AI native software teams. And he was complaining about if there is some marketing automations that is made for developers. Okay, He- it seems that he doesn't like to deal with forms, with drag and drops, and he prefers to have some based on Git with SQL, environment variables, different environments. Well, with friend of mine, David Pombar, mentioned that he could work with YepCode to solve this. Um, After some message, Javi shared that he wants to work with the raw data and being able to create one email with that data that is retrieved from TinyBird. Okay, so let's see how Jacob will help to solve that. Okay, we have an empty Jacob workspace. There is no any data. It's a brand new workspace environment. And what we're going to do is to clone that workspace on my local workstation. Jacob AI pods. Okay, I'm cloning this workspace. No information. And during the clone stage, the YepCode CLI asked me, would you like to set up the code AI rules and MCP server for Cursor, Cloud, Codex? Well, I'm using Cursor, so let's create that rules for Cursor. Okay, here we may see that everything has been created. So if we go to this directory, we'll see our the code team just cloned here. Okay, we may see that in the cursor directory we have all the rules that we provide to this kind of agents, this kind of coding agents, to be able to write code compatible with the code. We don't have a very high vendor lock-in, but we have some helpers, some way to use modules, environment variables, and we also include how the agent may use our CLI or how the agent may go ahead with some more complex tasks. Okay. We also include one MCP configuration here, and this has been just created because in my team, when I have cloned the workspace, it has created one service account and with my MCP URL. So from this point, Cursor is able to use my environment using this MCP server. If we go here to the MCPs, I can see that there is one MCP server. And here are all the MCP tools that we provide. These tools empower the agent to upload processes on the code, to check environment variables, start executors on the cloud, and that. Okay? So, having this configured, we may start to ask our agent to help us with this task. Right? So we will ask, I want to create this information from TinyBird. Mm, we can tell them to use the TinyBird query API. Okay. This process will have some parameters, the SQL, and also the recipient of this email. Well, let's give it a try to see what, in this case, cursor start to do. Okay, okay, is reading, is making a plan. Okay, and he knows how the code processes work. So he tells me, okay, I'm going to create this. I will need these environment variables. That's true. So I may create these variables on my code workspace. For example, this will be one secure account. I may pick my token. We also need the page URL. We can create this. We are creating here these ones just because they are sensitive. Okay, but we should let the agent to create those environment variables in local and push that. In fact, we are doing that with the email ones. Okay. He asked me, what kind of service do you want to use to send email? Also dependencies. He's gonna to create some models. Okay. Oops. Use SMTP to send the email. I already have one. In fact, we have one. MyPip is a great platform to test email send. Windows director with the host background the code.io import. This is the SMTP configuration. Now I'll create some bars for this topic. Okay. And then here is asking, okay, uh, give me the output around table. No, it's an open table. Okay. Email subject, okay, ask for the subject also as parameter. Okay, you can see that it start to code. For example, he is creating environment variables, is adding some libraries. Yeah, it's possible to create some code for one reusable mode. That's great. Clean code is one priority. It's also creating the new process. He knows that each process may have input parameter schema, and he knows how to format this. In fact, he's providing some samples. Okay, this is great. Let's check the variables. Mhm. And okay, create the new secret. Okay. I have already created the tiny bird and parse in the cloud. Can you pull them? Yeah, because here he doesn't have the. Okay, he's trying to guess how to use the YepCode CLI. Okay, and he has pulled the new variables. Okay, one point is that here the sensitive information is not pulled. We don't allow any sensitive information to get out of the cloud. But we may create one, we may write this token in our variables local file. Okay, so everything seems okay. We could review the code, but doesn't matter if it works. Okay, let's say this approach is awesome to get started, no? But after that, you always have the flexibility to keep improving or keep changing the code. So everything looks fine. If it I try with this SQL, I need to provide some SQL. So I may go here to my tribe. Okay, I can provide this. Okay, so here he's running this execution in local. Okay, yes. Well, in fact, he's installing the dependencies that he has decided to use node mailer. Okay, it seems like something has failed, but he's trying to fix it. Okay, and he's giving a try to this execution. Using that's good. He hasn't used the parameterization as input. He has provided here, and it seems that everything has run okay. We can go to our mail. Yeah, we have one new email with this output in HTML. That's great. has worked. Okay. So no, this has been perfect. So it's okay. Uh, let's push that to YepCode Cloud because this studio has been in local, okay, using the CLI, running the code using the YepCode CLI. But let's ask for Cursor to push this to our cloud because here we don't have, well, in fact, it has already started to push. So yeah, everything is okay. And now here we have on the cloud our process. We may see that it's using models, okay? We see that there is some dependency that is not yet included. We can include that and we can install that dependency. So everything is ready to be executed on the cloud. So here we could start one on-demand execution. We could schedule one execution if we want this to be run periodically. We could influence, we could ask, let's say, I don't know. We could create one webhook for this process to get started. I don't want that now. And one of the most interesting part is you may enable forms for this process. So if you enable forms for this process, you get one piece of HTML code that is using our JavaScript SDK. So if you paste this in any kind of web page, you'll see something like this form render, okay? And each submit of the form start one YepCode execution. We can, for example, pick again this sentence, the recipient email, testing, testing, email subject. Here you have your code, your data, sorry, you have your data. And we give a try, the email has sent successfully. I will go here, and we go to the inbox. Here you have your data, and my data is here. Okay, so everything is running. We have developed that using one agent, in this case cursor in local, but when we have the code, we may use that code in our YepCode Cloud with reusable modules, so following clean code. Javi is able to refine this code. For sure, he doesn't want to push the whole HTML table, but he could include here a new library pool for to have template systems or something like that, and start to improve the integration, solve this kind of need. Yeah. Well, I hope that you have enjoyed this short video. This is just the beginning because you may think, okay, this is great, but here the magic is behind Cursor. For sure, Cursor is the agent that is generating the code, but let's talk in a few weeks because we are cooking something interesting that maybe without leaving the YepCode user interface, you can achieve something similar. Okay, bye bye.